where everybody gets together and we're at a park and we have fun and we do that. And it's great to do that in the fall as well. And so that's kind of what we're doing is our fall cook-off. So here's the outline of the day. We're starting at 10 a.m. And the reason that we're starting at 10 a.m. is that gives you no excuse, right? If you were planning on being in Sandy by 9 a.m., then guess what? You can easily be in Oakley by 10 a.m. And so we wanted to give you that extra travel time to get out here and be ready and not have to wake up super early in order to get here. And at 10 o'clock, we're going to start the training. And so we're going to have training from some of your local leaders, and they're going to be teaching you how to run your business, how to build a profitable business with Renatus by promoting the education. You're going to learn about the earnings plan and how that really plays out and how that may affect you. And I'm going to go into some detail of some things of what can make your life easier when it comes to utilizing the Renatus calendar here locally. So it's going to be a really powerful event. And then we're going to transition. At 2 o'clock, we'll be done with the training. And we're essentially going to transition right into the fall cook-off. Now, most of your food will probably be cooked. I get that. Some things may need to be heated up along the way, even during the training, and that's okay. There's a full kitchen on site. And what we'll do is at 2 o'clock, we'll kind of break and reset the room and make it more of a place for networking, because this business is all about relationships. Real estate is all about relationships, and we want to help all of you cement and strengthen more relationships with your local community members. Oftentimes on Thursdays, of course, we get a little bit of time, a little bit before and a little bit after, but we don't get a lot of time to just connect with those other people that are on the team. And oftentimes that's where deals happen. That's where you find private money partners. That's where you get those little tidbits of information that are going to push you over the edge in your business to that next level of success. So that's going to be what we do, is we're just going to hang out from 2 until 6. People are going to eat, and then people are going to vote. And what we're doing is we're actually giving away, and there will probably be some other prizes as well, but the highlight prize, at least in my opinion, is that we have our Bob Snyder Mastermind coming up on November 13th. So Tuesday, November 13th. If you were registered in time to get that incentive for the regional training here in Utah, if you were registered in time to get that training, then you should have or will receive an email. I need to double check of whether that email has gone out. And so if you believe, well, let me find out if the email has gone out first of all, and we'll just double check that and make sure that everybody on that list that was registered for regionals in time for that incentive, and I don't remember the exact date, but the team does. We actually have it all saved, on an Excel spreadsheet, and we know who was in and who was there. You're going to get an email, and you'll be able to come, and it's just us with Bob Snyder at corporate on a Tuesday evening at 7 o'clock. We're just going to be there allowing you to ask questions and get insights from the CEO himself, Bob Snyder. And it's going to be a really special experience. And the space is limited. In fact, we don't have the ability to sell any more tickets or to, allow any more tickets except these few tickets that we're going to give out as prizes for those who bring the best meals. So we're going to give away a prize for best entree, for best chili, for best dessert, for best side dish. So you guys kind of get the point. Whatever you want to bring, whether you cook it yourself or whether you buy it for that matter, I don't care. Bring it. And of course, the more you bring, the more people will have the opportunity to taste it. And the more people taste it, the more likely they are to vote for it. So bring your best dishes, and we're going to be giving away spots to the Bob Snyder Mastermind. Now, some of you may be saying, hey, I've really got a good idea of what I want to bring, but I'm already coming to that Bob Snyder mastermind. That's okay. Guess what that extra spot gives you? It gives you the ability to bring a guest, to bring somebody with you. And I think that would be a really special experience. If I was somebody's guest and I was looking at this opportunity and I got to sit with that elite group, with Bob Snyder himself, and get those types of insights, man, that would probably cement my decision more than just about anything. So that's what it gives you, is those passes into that Bob Snyder mastermind. And excited about that, excited about this weekend. The other thing I'll let you guys know about, and I'm actually going to be updating the calendar today, is next Saturday, we're going to be doing a real estate workshop. And we were originally planning on focusing on rehabbing and, working with contractors and those types of things. But I've gotten a lot of feedback that many people are wondering, you know what, I'm having trouble just getting one deal going, or I'm having trouble just keeping one deal moving forward. How is it that we have all of these people in the community that are doing 5 or 10, or some of them, upwards of 20 deals at a time? And I thought, you know what, why not just put together a training on how to scale your business to 5+ deals? Because if you have 5+ deals going at a time, you've got a pretty healthy income. Let's just put it that way. If you're doing them and you're doing them right and doing them profitably, that's a pretty healthy income for you. So we're going to be doing that training next Saturday, the 17th. And you have people like Brian Pitcher, who last year did over 40 deals. You have Mitch Nelson that's going to be teaching. He's constantly has 5+ deals going at any one time. You're going to have Nate Lambert, and Nate is a guy that has 10+ deals going at any one time. And you guys get the point. You're going to have a lot of these top leaders here in the local market just training you how to scale your business to 5+ deals and make those profitable. All right. I know we got a lot of people that are not here in Utah, and apologize that I spent so much time going into that detail. Let's get into the training of the day about creating your story, because that's what we're here for. And that's something that can be powerful in your business. If you just simply know your story, you can be effective. And some of you might be thinking, I don't have a story yet. I'm just starting. I don't have a story yet. I haven't done a deal yet. I don't have a story yet. I'm not 5-star qualified. Whatever it is, I am happy today to get that excuse out of your head, because the longer you believe it, the longer you're going to convince the people around you that it's true. Let me restate that. Let me say it again, I should say. The longer you believe that you don't have a powerful story, the longer you're going to convince the people around you that it's true. You see, people aren't unimpressed by your story because it's not impressive. They're unimpressed because you don't know how to tell it. So many people that I talk to are not celebrating the little wins. They're not celebrating the transformation they're going through. And therefore, they're prolonging the transformation itself, because that transformation is actually going to be what fuels your success. So let me go ahead and share the story here. Move my controls around a little bit. Hang with me. All right. Your story really comprises of 3 parts. Where I was, and this is all about your pain, right? We all come here because we want something different. We want change. Now everybody's pain is a little bit different. Sometimes it's somebody who, like Brian Mira, for example, he was having success and he was ready to go to the next level in his business and create a course on and build out his own education company. And he just realized, you know what? That's a whole heck of a lot of work and a whole heck of a lot of money. And if there's something that's already in place, I might as well use that. So for him, his pain was not that he wasn't making enough money. His pain was that his next step wasn't. Hold on. All right. His pain was the next level was further away than he wanted it. And so therefore, this was the thing that could get him there faster. Now, for other people, you've got me, for example. I mean, I was working 12 hours a day, sometimes 7 days a week in the steel shop. I had spent tens of thousands of dollars on real estate investing education and didn't have any investment real estate. I was frustrated. I knew that real estate was my path, but didn't have a clue how to do it. And I was headed down a path that would have ultimately led to jail or probably death. And so that was my pain. It's a little bit different than somebody that just wanted more success, right? I don't know what your pain is, but if you tap into it, people connect with pain. It's the hero's journey, right? They want to know that you're a regular person just like them. And so where you were is the first part of your story, where I was. And yeah, I just shared with you guys where I was. The next part of your story is what I saw. Now, what I saw equals hope. Think about that for a second. Whatever it was that drew you into Renatus, it boils down to there was some type of hope that was inspired inside of you that you could do something greater, that this could be your path to where you want to be, that you finally found that thing you've been looking for 20 years, right? I've got a guy that just joined my team. His name is Nick Gust. I'm not sure if he's on here or not, but this guy is absolutely on fire. I mean, he's been watching me on Facebook for years. His wife has been watching me on Facebook as well. So the two of them have been really inspired by what I'm doing in real estate. And finally, he reached out to me and said, "You are awesome. I want to know more about what you do." And so he came down to a presentation. At his very first presentation, he saw somebody that he used to work with over at Home Depot. And that someone just happened to tell him that he all the money that he's made, he shared his powerful story. And this guy is like, holy cow, everybody needs to know about this. And so he literally just joined last week. And I sent him a text this week and said, hey, because he said he was going to be bringing people, this week. I said, hey, do you have anybody coming with you? He said, yeah, 4 people already. And I'm going to have a ton more interested because I haven't even started. He said, my pitch is so easy. All I say is, I found that thing we've been looking for 20 years. And then he invites him to come with him on Thursday, right? So that kind of hope, what was that hope for you? What was that hope that you saw with Renatus? And so for me, that hope was, this was so much different than anything else that I had seen. Because after the presentation, instead of trying to hard close me into, joining the team, instead, they just started introducing me to people who were already successful. Everyday people who were actually living my childhood dream, who are out there doing real estate. And so I looked at it and I just saw people that were very ordinary doing real estate full-time as their profession. And that told me that if they can do it, I can do it. So that was my hope. That was what I saw, right? That was what I saw that was so much different, that inspired me to take action. And then the next part of your story is what I've done. What I've done. And that equals your success. And again, here's where I get a lot of people with their hangups, right? Because they say, I'm not successful yet. And again, if you believe that, if you really believe you're not successful, everybody else will too. And it's not because that's what's true, it's because that's what you've decided. Because I know anybody coming into this business, day one that they get started with their education, they have access to knowledge that is worth millions of dollars if they apply it. They are now tapped into a network of like-minded, of positive-minded, of forward-thinking individuals that are going to help propel them towards success. So just in knowledge and relationships alone, just in what you're learning and the people you are now surrounded with alone, you already have success. And you can brag about it, and you can talk about it, right? I mean, I was just sitting down with a guy yesterday. He's been a friend of mine for a long time. He actually does personal development training, and he was at the retreat that Woody Woodward did. And, I've been going to his events for a while now. And he said, I've gotten around some of the Renatus group lately. And when I was at that event and when I was talking with people, I just thought, this is the people I want to surround myself with. Like, these are the people that I want to be surrounded with because they're big thinkers. He's like, he was talking about how in his previous personal development training with one of the other local, personal development guys, they were attracting so many broke and broken people that was his network. And he was constantly trying to help them level up. And quite frankly, it got to the point where he was over-eventing himself, and it was dragging him down because he was constantly surrounded by those people who were broke and who were broken. He said he gets around the Renatus group, and it just inspires him, and it just lights him up. And if we can affect somebody like that, just imagine how much you can be affected, right? So just in knowledge and relationships alone, you already have a story. But here's the other thing. Just in the first two classes that you are likely to watch, right? This is the people's most people's path is they go through the tax and the velocity banking. Just through the tax and the velocity banking alone, you have a story. Even if you haven't done your taxes yet, if you just started today, you can start running the math and you can start coming up with an idea of how much money you're going to save because of what you just learned in the first two classes that you watched with Mark Kohler, a CPA and a real estate attorney. Just in your velocity banking class, if you just do the numbers. In fact, some of you don't even have to have watched the class yet. Many of you can run your numbers based off the calculator you get at a 4 pillars presentation or based off of getting together and learning how to run those simple numbers. Just in velocity banking alone, you have a story. So between one or both of those two things, you already have a story. You already have success. So, where I was, what I saw, and what I've done. I would like to see if I can't help all of you by helping one of you. If there's somebody that's on the line right now that still feels like they don't have a story, or maybe they're having trouble, really making it powerful, do me a favor and just put a chat in here. First person, put a chat in there. Let's do your story. Let's figure out your story right here on the line as we finish up the call. It's literally going to take us just 3 minutes. So again, just send a chat, and I'm watching for the chats here, and we will do your story. I think we're going to do your chats. Oh, there comes one. There comes two. Hold on. Let me get to it. Chat. I can't find my chat screen. Hold on one second, guys. There it is. All right. Tyler, you're the first one. We're going to do yours. Well, I'm going to need you to come off of mute and participate. Are you available to do that? And if so, just go ahead and come off mute. Tyler, let's dive into your story. Oh, he can't come off of mute. Is there anybody else? Anybody else? I don't have a ton of time. As you guys know, I go right into another webinar after this. Okay, Sandra, it's you. Sandra, come on out and then correct me. If it's Sandra, let me know. I'm not sure if it's Sandra or Sandra, but come on out. Go ahead and unmute yourself. You there, Sandra? Hey, Sandra, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. We'll have you off of mute.
I'm not sure if it's me.
Yep, I can hear you.
Okay. So that means I'm out of mute.
Yes. Are you available? You ready to do your story?
Yeah, I'm driving, but I'm available. I can talk.
Okay, cool. Tell me a little bit about where you were before you found Renatus.
Well, I have my own little business of organizing and helping others on their houses.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I've been doing for the last 10 years.
Okay. And what was uncomfortable about your life running that business?
I didn't feel like I developed myself enough.
Okay, so you kind of felt stuck?
Yeah, I felt stuck.
Okay, tell me more about that.
I always wonder about real estate because I came from a struggle family with struggling over money, and I always talk to my mom about having another part of our house rented so we can help us with bringing more money into our house and all that. So I always kind of had that in my head, but I didn't know how to do it.
Gotcha. Okay. And how did you find Renatus?
A friend of my husband talked to him about it. My husband asked him, "Hey, what's going on with you? I see that you're kind of like tired." And he said, "Well, it's because I've been doing some studying in real estate, and I've been sleeping late, and not a lot of speed and all that. So my husband, knowing that I was like interested in real estate, he asked him, "Hey, what is that you're studying?" And he mentioned, "Oh, if you want to know, you can come with us to a meeting." So he told me, and we went over to a meeting in Ogden, and that's
Cool.
where I signed 2 days after.
Okay. Why did you sign in just 2 days? What did you see that inspired you so much?
Well, I saw velocity banking. Obviously, was one of my uh, uh, wide opening mind. Like, whoa, like this is you can do this, and they said yes, it's possible, and I was like, how is that possible? And that was one of the things, velocity banking, and the other, well, what you can do by studying real estate
Gotcha.
or by
Okay.
having the knowledge.
Yeah. So you saw that, just with one strategy, you could completely change the outlook of your life.
Yes.
Okay, great. So what have you done with Renata so far?
Oh, I have uh, I have tried to find deals, but I think I let my not knowing control me
Hmm.
because I be knocking, and when people start asking me more
Hold
and
on,
being
hold on, hold on. I'm going to stop you right there, Sandra,
okay,
because I asked you what you have done, and you started going into what you haven't done. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. And it's great for everybody to learn, right? Because we all do it in the beginning. And if you imagine, if you're talking to your warm market, if you're talking to a guest, if you're talking to somebody else's guest, and they say, "What have you done?" and you say, "Let me tell you what I haven't done," that doesn't inspire confidence. Am I right?
yes.
Right. So I only want to hear what you have done and what you have gained.
Um, I have done some flyers. I guess it's my head too confusing that I is not letting me apply.
Okay. So you've done flyers. You've taken action. You've already started advertising for deals.
Yes, I have done flyers, and I have talked to my warm market, um, but I admit I haven't been completely
No
honest on
buts.
phone.
No buts. I don't need
Okay,
any of the buts. I only need what you have done. So you've already started marketing for deals, and you're starting to spread the word to those people that you know that you do real estate.
yeah.
What else have you done?
I have focused on developing my self confidence.
Okay, you've developed some self-confidence. Awesome. What else have you done?
Uh, I have signed for some masterminds,
Okay.
and that's that's pretty much it.
Okay. Have you run your math as far as how much you're going to save in taxes or how much velocity banking is going to shorten your debt ratio?
Uh, no,
Okay. I'm going to challenge you to do that. Have you watched your classes?
I'm working on those. My my time is very limited.
Okay. How many classes have you watched?
Move on.
Oh, you cut out on us. Say that again.
Sorry, I said that I have watched all my essentials, but I haven't moved on really onto the next ones until I completely pass the
Yep.
essentials.
Okay. Perfect. You've watched your essentials. So what are some of the biggest things that you learned going through those 10 classes?
A lot of the terms.
Mm-hmm. What else? Oh, Sandra, we might have lost you again. Are you there?
Yes, I'm still here.
Oh, okay. What else have you learned going through your essentials?
Um, uh, I'm trying to apply marketing into my ad. Like building some ads. That's kind of a little taking some of my time because it's been hard for me
Okay.
to place an ad or like to marketing in media. Like put it on media.
Yeah. What have you
I feel
learned
like if I don't like it or I don't feel like it's truth, I shouldn't put it on.
Okay. Well, we're not going to go into that right now because that's not today's training. Today's training is what you have done. So what have you learned?
I watch Tax and Legal,
Mm-hmm.
and
What was one of your biggest takeaways from Tax and Legal?
that I can pay my kids
All right. Perfect.
and teach them how to manage their own money.
Yeah. How much is that going to save you in taxes?
A lot.
Yeah. How many kids do you have? How many kids do you have, Sandra? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah. How many kids do you have?
I have three.
3. And what ages?
58%. One will be 17. The other one just turned 16 yesterday, and an 8-year-old.
Okay. Perfect. So all of them are old enough that you could pay them $12,000 per kid, right?
Yes.
So we're talking about $36,000 right there alone. One strategy. So, Sandra, your story is I was running a business and, helping to make ends meet with my family, but I just felt like I wasn't growing to the level that I wanted to be. I knew that there was more inside of me. And I had always been interested in real estate, and my loving husband had talked to one of his coworkers and found out his coworkers were getting into real estate. And so he got us the opportunity to come down and meet this group. And when I saw with just one strategy that I could completely change the outlook of our life and pay off our debt in a fraction of the time, I knew that I had to be a part of this group. And so since then, I've already gone through 10 classes. I've learned a tremendous amount. Not only have I learned in the classes, but I've also gained relationships and started into the masterminds where I have gained a tremendous amount of self-confidence to where I feel more empowered than I ever have before. And I learned in one of my classes, with one strategy, how I could pay my kids and I could start teaching them financial literacy and how to be more effective with their money, while at the same time saving myself upwards of $36,000 on my taxes with that one strategy alone.
Okay.
That's your story.
Okay.
So I want everybody to hear what we just went through and hear what you're probably doing as well. Are you speaking about the success, or are you speaking about what's not working? Are you living in your successes, or are you living in your frustration? Because you will project what you think about most, and you will bring about what you think about most. So think about success, focus on success, talk about success, and be successful. Thanks for joining us, guys.
Thank you.